looking forward to my 44th summer of shaping. Started shaping in the summer of 1981, obviously. I actually shaped over 30,000 boards. Um, Half of them, coincidentally, are hand shape off the blank. And the other half are off the machine or pre-shapes. So 30,000 is those combined. When I number a board that I've hand shaped, it'll be 15,000 and change. And I'm actually really excited to still be able to make boards physically and surf. And I'm very, very grateful that people still want my boards. I mean, it is a young man's sport. You have to stay relevant. You can't forget the past, but you got to stay current and up to date and still seeing what works and what doesn't. And surfing changes all the time. And so you have to be on top of it. You have to remain open-minded. You got to listen to the young ones. Sure, we've been there, done that. And the young ones are good kids. I enjoy talking to them. They keep me young. They still want boards from me, and they like the boards. And for me, I really always very shape centric. I really focused on shaping. I pride myself on being able to build a board completely, start to finish. But I really want my boards to ride. So, it's getting that phone call that the board works and they're liking it. And then of course, sometimes, oh, it did this, didn't do that. And moving forward, we'll try this and try that. That's kind of the lost art of the custom. That is a dying breed. When we were coming up, you were trained. The whole focus was, well, you wanted to make boards for the world's greatest surfers. So you need to talk to them, listen to them, watch them, and then know, hey, we can do this, we can do that. And then sometimes they have some ideas that are great ideas, and you got to implement. You got to be able to roll with it and implement and put it into the shape. And it's really neat because you get with these people, and then you're more than anything, it's not my trip on you. It's more listening to where they want to go as a surfer, what they're liking, and getting their vision and creating that for them. And that gives me the most enjoyment. And it is an inanimate object, but at that level, there's a little piece of me in every one of those boards. And that's everything for me. That's what brings me the most enjoyment. I'm very happy that I'm now closer to the end of my career than the beginning. I'm really, really happy to be able to have decided to finish off the way I started. I always got into this to build my own boards with my own name on it. And so my production days, for the most part, are behind me. And now I'm focusing on building my own boards with my name on it. And again, I'm very grateful and very blessed for that opportunity, because it's tough out there. It's hard to compete. There's a lot of competition, a lot of really nice boards out there. And I'm excited to still be in the mix, because there's no real business sense to what I do at this point in my life. It's just what I do. And, it's nice I work alone, because I bitch and moan a lot of times. And so it's good I'm just here by myself. But then, when you walk outside with the finished product, it's all forgotten. Early on, there's no school. There's no trade school for this. It's just school of hard knocks. But I've been very, very fortunate to, again, lucky, because wouldn't consider myself of any extraordinary skill level. I'm a hard worker. I obviously have natural talent. But I did get very lucky to have the opportunity to work for my heroes and to work for some great companies, to work in some great glass shops. Southern California, LA, San Diego, we make the best boards on the planet. I mean, the polyurethane polyester board was born here. So it should be that way. And I do take pride in that. Production shaping for Rusty Surfboards was one of my first production jobs. Worked for him for about almost 10 years and got to rub elbows with some great shapers you probably never heard of, like Rick Hammond, Hoy Runnels. A little more well-known would be Terry Goldsmith. Mike Russo, also just great guys. Really, really good guys to look up to, family guys. And Got to work for Pat Rawson, doing production work for him for a couple of years. Again, just learning so much, just the opportunity to just watch. You don't really get like, come on, kid, they put your arm on your shoulder, like, I'll teach you everything. No, if you get the opportunity to watch, which a lot of times they say, get out of here. They don't want you to watch them. So if you just get that, keep your mouth shut and just absorb and soak up everything you see. And then you see it, do it. And then have it show up in your work is really nice. Later I ended up having a real good run working for Christenson Surfboards and Bing Surfboards. Very different guys, kind of competing in the same arena. Great people to work for. Again, learned a whole lot about the whole retro movement, style boards, and finishing. It was awesome experience. Did get to do 2 seasons with Channel Islands. That was neat after Rusty to work with CI. It was very interesting, but just, hardcore production, just, get them done. So this year I connected with Ken Lewis. It's been a very, very productive relationship, shape-wise and design-wise. And so I've gone into a deeper dive of what I would consider a style of shaping. Only lasted for a year or two, and that would be 69, 70. And of course, it's San Diego. So, our Tony Gwynn at surfing here is Skip Fry. So I've done a deep dive in studying his work and his shapes. And it's really, really neat to have seen him surf. I've been in the water with him once or twice. But what's really neat about him is he has combined things he likes, of course, but I can see that he's taken from his whole surfing experience up to like ancient Hawaii in the outlines. And so you start to see these things and elements that he has in his boards, and all of a sudden it opens up another world. But he does, there's no doubt he incorporates modern design as well. He's very into the concaves, the triple concaves. Of course, I'm there too. Most of my boards are triple concave shortboards. Never really put them so much in longboards. So chasing that, and then it's that low aspect modified down rail, which adds a lot of volume. And moving forward into 2025, that does seem to be the more popular style of board for the style of surfing that people are doing now. And so I need to kind of let go of my heyday. And it's part of me. It's not going to go away. And I'm having a lot of success, both with my personal equipment and for everybody else kind of transitioning into this. Like, again, more if I got modified, low aspect down rail, a lot of concaves, and then outlines too, with more of these, retro outlines, but they are morphing. The retro boards are pulling from all the design theory you got from high performance shortboarding to kind of improve the performance of these boards, but in an aesthetically pleasing way. And it's challenging. It's a neat challenge, and it's really got me excited about the future.